All right, I'm chilling here with my man Muko. I'm gonna ask him a few background questions. First question is, oh, first question is, how long have you been in the hip hop game?
Depending on what you mean by being in the hip hop game. As far as being a fan and just one who just appreciate the whole hip hop culture, I would say over 20 years. Just pretty much since I was a kid and since I was able to dance and bob my head, I've always liked the music. And then as I got old enough to understand what it was, I started to try to emulate it. And so, yeah, since I was infant.
I appreciate that. Which artists kind of influence you? It doesn't matter the genre or whatever. Like, who kind of influences you?
Oh man, I'm influenced by everything. However, I would have to say from a hip hop standpoint, definitely KRS-One, Rakim, Black Thought. The list goes on and on. Actually, you really can't say a few without dissing so many other ones out there. But really, just really a lot of artists who are appreciate the artistic aspect and really put time and effort into making good, thoughtful music with substance.
Yeah, it's one, man. My dad raised me on that. Straight up. What do you feel like the current state of hip hop is? Like for me, a lot of people are like getting on this like dance craze thing. I think it's kind of dying down a little bit. But like remembering hip hop, like I felt like there were these different aspects of hip hop. There wasn't just the social conscious hip hop. There wasn't just the party hip hop. There was all kinds of things. But now it seems like the direction is towards that kind of party kind of thing. What do you think the state of hip hop is right now, or the state of music? Because everything seems like it's going towards that theme.
Yeah, and that's a good point that you bring up. I mean, the state of music itself, hip hop is just another element of it, but music is something that can make money, and anytime something is lucrative, is that the powers that be that have the ability to distribute at mass quantities are not going to look at it from an artistic standpoint. They're going to look at it as a formula to make money. And unfortunately, the artistic aspects a lot of times end up suffering for that. And so you end up having an advertised product that is labeled hip-hop, which in actuality is totally different from the cultural hip-hop that one may have grew and embraced. And so then it's really hard to have a discussion because you don't know if someone is discussing hip-hop from an artistic aspect, from the cultural aspect, or are they talking about it from a music industrial aspect, record sales. The value system is totally different. So I would say that hip-hop from my standpoint is alive, it's strong, but again, I'm referring to hip-hop, the culture. And when I hear dope artists, like EMC, dope artists like Slaughterhouse, dope artists like The Little Brother, still out there doing it, Nicolay producing the beats, Ninth Wonder. Hip-hop is alive and it's strong. Of course, it is not televised, it's not marketed like that, because it's not the formula that the industry. So unfortunately, it doesn't get the limelight, but that's okay. We just got to keep finding it, and people like ICONZ Media putting stuff on and holding that torch up, and that's what we need to do.
You just answered the second part of the question. That's good.
Talk too much.
That's all good. One thing I want to know, you answered that too. What goes through your head when you're freestyling, man? Like, straight up, like, what's going through your head?
Man, that is the most. Take it easy, bro.
Right. God bless me.
Oh man, what goes through my head? Everything, and that's what makes it so fantastic. It's like when we freestyle, it's like turning on a washing machine that's just full of words and ideas and concepts and thoughts, and just jumping in it and just grabbing one and riding it for a second and getting off of that one and jumping onto another one. I mean, that's really the only way to think of it. It's like a giant sponge, and really there's so many thoughts and words and things that you've learned in your life that are in your subconscious that you're not thinking about, but it takes something to trigger it. And you think about or see this, and it reminds you a smell or a TV show or a song. Well, with freestyling, that's what it's about, is just tapping in to that subconscious and bringing as much of it to your surface to just conjure up for quick reference to grab. And I guess that's really the best way to describe it.
Right. I feel that. One last question. What do you think, like, how can somebody that's getting into the hip-hop game, what do you think, like, what kind of advice could you give them about freestyling? Like, personally, like, I do a lot of writing, but I can't particularly freestyle. Like, it's not coming fast enough. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think? What are exercises, or what are things you can do, or do you just have to be gifted to do it?
As with anything, there are naturals, and so it's always good to have a natural talent that God has given you. However, there are things that you can do, and one thing is to just by yourself or with a friend do wordplay, and that is where you take a word and you just rhyme it to the end until you can't think of nothing else, and then later on at another time take that same word or that same phonic and just come up with other homonyms as many times as you can, and each time you do it, what you're creating is yourself, your own personal database of different words, and just constantly absorbing, reading, watching TV or reading on the internet, just anywhere where you can go and pick up material and information, and then taking that back and relaying those words out and just rhyme them as much as you can to no end. That's really probably one of the best things you can do.
All right. I'm going to take that advice, bro. All right, man. I'm chilling with my man Muko. We out.
Muko, Area 51 representing, making this shit happen. One love.
I come with the real, you niggas is straight plastic. Me and Bolo snap like alligators, welcome to Lake Placid. Detonation, moments after the flow's blasted. End results is body parts in the closed casket. Battling it, 1 minute is all it lasted. They swallow whole, dissolved in my gastric acid. Any beat coming our path, we straight smashing. Lace tracks superb, we got this craft mastered. I gotta do this to let those who never knew this know it's Muko, the baddest rapper universal. Whether it's written or freestyles without rehearsal, hardcore, underground or mainstream commercial. When I release scripts, I cause lunar eclipse. Tidal waves and hurricanes call me apocalypse. Subterranean underground attacks they never saw us. Keep it locked for 2K, J-Bolo.